All right, let me just say, nobody told me how crazy and chaotic that your 20s would be. Like, no one ever had this conversation with me. All I got was, oh, your 20s are going to be fun. It has not been fun. It's been one hell of a fucking ride, and I'm not even halfway near my 20s just yet.
Majestic, beautiful Queen of Sheba. Yes, so great was the beauty of this magnificent black woman, it has become legendary.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Tati the Trippy Hippie, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello. On this channel, I do a variety of things, but mainly lifestyle, me talking about personal experiences, fashion, art, and beauty, and all things of that nature. So if you're interested in that or just want to see me, feel free to subscribe, like, and comment on my videos. Show some love and some support and be a part of the Trippy Hippie gang. I would gladly appreciate that. I'm on a road to 500 subscribers. Let me just tell y'all, showing up for yourself can be very, very challenging in different ways. And I know outside of social media, I've been just finding myself and figuring out who I am as a woman, how I want to show up and present myself to the world, because I've just been going through so many changes and it's been one hell of a ride. Let me just say that. If you want to hear about my life journey, feel free to listen. If not, you can scroll past this point. That's okay. So, how's life been? Life these past 4 or 5 months that I haven't been posting on YouTube has been very, very difficult. But I've been pushing through. Honestly, I'm really proud of my strength and my resilience because it has not been easy. I will not lie to you guys, but it has not been all bad, this journey, honestly. I left my job at GFS because that job was draining the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That job was literally taking the life out of me. Being a cashier is not for the weak, and I hated it. I hated every fucking minute of it. I was at that job for like 6 months, y'all, and I fucking left. I left my apron on that counter, and I went about my business. So, sorry, I had to make sure my microphone was on because my other one was dead. But yeah, so I mean, besides the job thing, like mentally, I've been doing a lot of evolving, growing, getting a better understanding of myself and who I am. And I've been getting in tune with my hobbies. Like, I've been painting more, I've been making music. Like, I had tapped into making music. I've always been a songwriter and a poet, if you will, but I never released any of it to the public unless it was poetry. But I've been stepping outside my comfort zone. I just created my first newsletter. I'll leave that in the description box so you guys can subscribe to my newsletter. I'm super excited about that. Any new projects that I have coming, any collaborations, anything that's coming personally, whether that be music, anything creative, will be on my newsletter. So it's free. If you want to subscribe, feel free. Let's get to 5 things that I've learned while being in my 20s. Let's get into it. I'm reading off my notebook. So if y'all see me looking down, that's why. But number 1 is it's okay to not have it all figured out right now. And when I'm saying this, I'm also saying this to myself too, because I feel like with society being at its highest peak that it's ever been, you know, you seeing people that you know or you don't know, you know, you're just seeing everyone, and I feel like a lot of the times we compare ourselves to people in ways that affects us in our mental health, and comparison is the thief of joy. It really is, because You don't know other people's story unless they share that with you. You don't know everyone's journey. Everyone's journey is unique. And you comparing yourself is only going to upset you and disappoint you in the process, because what's meant for you will be for you, and what is meant for someone else will be for them. So you just have to accept things for what they are and not for what you want them to be. It's okay to not have the things that you want right now. And it's not to say that you can't have those things ever. You know, sometimes those things just may take time. And I feel like a lot of the times when we try to rush stuff, it usually turns out to be very lackluster, very like coming and going. It's very instant. And sometimes people, they want instant results, but that's just not how life works. It's very unrealistic. And it kind of clouds your vision, because you're having these super high expectations, like, I want to have $1 million by next week, and I want to have this house and this car, and I just want to be in this position by a certain amount of time. And that's just not how life works, you know. And it takes a lot of appreciating, you know, the things that you overcame, appreciating the things that you have, showing gratitude, expressing how happy you are, and for the small things, big things, whatever, and you're just showing gratitude for those things. Number 2 is setting boundaries is a form of self-care. Now, however these boundaries may look, it really doesn't matter, because setting boundaries with anyone is important, whether that be friends, family, co-workers, whoever. It really doesn't matter, you know, and it should be like non-negotiable, you know, like that's very self-explanatory. Like it all comes down to what you're willing to do and what you aren't willing to do, and not compromising yourself. Me, I used to be an avid people pleaser. I used to be like people please all the time. When I was younger, I had people pleasing tendencies because I was scared of how they would react if I said no to them. But I also stood my ground at a very early age, but sometimes it would get overshadowed with me having to submit and not, you know, being super aggressive. Like, I was always considered to be super aggressive. So if I did stand my ground, I'll always feel bad about it. But what I'm realizing is, why should I have to feel bad for standing up for myself? You know what I mean? Like, if my back is against the wall and there's no one in the room that's going to protect me, I have to protect me. And be okay with sometimes being selected out. You know, like sometimes you got to be the odd one. Sometimes you got to not be liked. Sometimes you just have to be okay with that. Because, you know, when you're firm in your boundaries and you know who you are and you know what you want, that pisses people off sometimes. Especially the people that has lack of boundaries, like little to none, that pisses them off. Because it's like, who are you to try to tell me that I can't do something and blah, 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 blah. You don't have to explain yourself. No means no. Okay? So that one's self-explanatory. Number 3, friendships, can't even get it out. Friendships change, and that's okay. You know, it took me a little while to actually accept this. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I lost a lot of good friends, or people that I thought were good friends, or even if they were terrible friends, and I tried to see the good in them. No matter what it was, friendships change, people change, and that's okay. You know, sometimes you just outgrow people, sometimes they outgrow you. You outgrow them. You know, your common values don't align. You know, y'all don't have anything in common. Y'all might have trauma bonded. Regardless of what it is, we all have our own way of doing things, and whoever is meant to stay will stay, and whoever isn't meant to stay will go. And it's cliche, I know, but it's so true, and it holds a lot of volumes, because you just can't force what isn't meant to stay. You know, sometimes you just have to be okay with not knowing. You know, nothing is forever. Nothing is meant to last forever. And I think when you detach yourself from the expectation of like, oh, we're going to have this friendship or relationship forever. And I used to be like that, you know, it only disappoints us. It only disappoints yourself in the process, because you're holding so firmly onto something that you're not even 100% guaranteed is going to stick, you know. And a lot of people come into our lives for a reason, for a season, you know, and regardless if it's both or one or the other, some people, they have to play their part, and so do you. We all have a part to play. Don't get too attached to outcomes. Just don't, because you'll only end up disappointing yourself in the process, or others. Number 4, taking care of your mental and physical health is very, very crucial. Man, this one should have been number 1, but this is no particular order. Taking care of your mental and your physical health is so important, because you know when you're not okay. And I've been through a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not even gonna pour out my whole life story, like, because that's not what this video is about. It takes someone that's resilient, that's strong, and that has a lot of courage to keep going. Because life right now is so hard for all of us. And I really just want to be vulnerable with you guys and really just let y'all know, like, regardless if you're in your 20s or in any age group, but today I'm talking about 20s, please, if you're not okay, reach out to somebody. Please, I'm begging y'all, reach out to someone. Because there's been a lot of different things that happened to me, a lot of things that I've been through or I've watched other people go through, and I've had to swallow my pride and reach out for help. Like, it's okay to need help sometimes. Taking time to yourself, journaling, meditating on your thoughts, praying, maintaining a good diet, being around the right people, filling your mind with positive and loving things, really just staying on track and not losing sight of where you're trying to go. And even if you don't know where you're going, you just have to find what drives you, find what motivates you, experiment, explore, don't limit yourself. Like, everything is limitless. Like, anything that you want, you shall have it. You just have to work for it. You have to bet on yourself, and you have to believe in yourself, even when others do not believe in you. Like, I've been doing YouTube for years, and I think if I found myself and was like, I don't want to do this anymore, I know deep down that even if this is not something that I want to do, I have other things that brings me happiness as well. But this is something that I'm genuinely passionate about. I just have to, keep showing up for myself. And showing up is the hardest thing, because there's a lot of people that sit on their ideas, that sit on their things, sit on thoughts that they want to come to fruition, but they never make anything happen. And I have been making things happen, even if it's not on camera. But I'm getting off topic here. But if you're enjoying this video, please give me a like, a thumbs up. I would gladly appreciate that. I'm gonna read some honorable mentions before I get to the fifth one. All right, my microphone's still charged. Just making sure. Time alone is time well spent. Listen, we all need to be alone at some point, okay? Like, being alone is okay. Like, solitude and loneliness are two totally different things, okay? Feeling alone is feeling like, dang, I wish I had some company around me. I feel alone in my thoughts, and I feel like no one can resonate to my experience. I'm going through the hardest time of my life, and it doesn't feel like there's anyone that I can talk to or anyone that's with me that can make me feel better or fill in this void. And then solitude is being okay with being alone and gaining introspection while being alone. Now, I used to feel lonely all the time because of, abandonment wounds and trauma and a lot of stuff that occurred. It's circumstantial for everyone, but I know for me, it was a lot of trauma and a lot of neglect that made me feel alone. And I'm just like, this is not okay. Like, how can I be okay with finding solitude and choosing to be alone while not feeling like I'm lonely? So, you have to find hobbies. You gotta find things that, like I said earlier, drives you and motivates you. Because when you kind of distract yourself and kind of switch your mind when it gets in that negative state where it's like, oh, things are never going to get better for me, my life is like this, things are never going to progress for me, you just have to tell it to shut the fuck up, turn it off, do the opposite. Because once you do the opposite and you make it a habit, you'll slowly but surely get to where you're trying to go. Chasing your dreams takes a lot of courage. Now, you may have people that don't support you, that thinks your idea or your dream or whatever you're trying to do is stupid. They think it's lackluster. They think it's full of shit. They don't think you're going to make it very far. Any of those limiting beliefs that allowed you to feel like, damn, like I'm not going to get to where I'm trying to go. I'm here to tell you to not listen to that shit. Turn it the fuck off. Turn it off. Fuse those people out. Use that shit as fuel. You feel me? Because the people that's saying it to you, the people that's making you feel like that, they don't have the courage to do it themselves. They don't have the idea. They don't have the vision. They don't have what you have. And a lot of, we all got goals and dreams, okay? We all have things that we like and we really want to do. But some people just don't know how to make it their reality. And that's what makes you, you. You just have to do the work, identify, let me put it like this. Identify what it is that you're truly passionate about and how can you show up for yourself. And any obstacles that get in your way, use it as fuel. We all go through difficult times, but it's really all about how you use those adversities and make them your strength. Now, everyone will understand your journey. That's okay too. That's a statement of its own. Not everyone is going to understand where you're coming from. Not everyone's going to get it. Okay? I've had many people that I would overshare to when I had no fucking business, oversharing my goals and my dreams, that God told me, no, I want you to keep this to yourself. Do not tell anybody. Do not share with anyone. And then me blabbering off the mouth oh my gosh, this happened to me. that is the worst thing you could have did, because like now you're sabotaging what could have happened, because you're letting in the wrong people. You're allowing the wrong people to hear what you have to say, and they're just gonna throw all their negative energy on it. They're gonna try to sabotage you and try to convince you that what you're thinking of is stupid. It's just don't do it, please. Don't overshare. Be a mystery and remain a mystery. Share what's necessary. Leave the rest alone. And number 5, which is the final one. This one is kind of it kind of ties it all together. Like I said, this is no particular order. Failure is a part of growth. And I know y'all probably thinking like, why you choose this one to be the last one? I just said there's no particular order. But I think when people fail, like when people hear the word failure or they call themselves a failure, it's like, damn, like I'm gonna use an example. So let's say that you've been unemployed for a while, right? And I'm gonna use myself as an example because like I was going through this for a while. So when I was working at GFS, I was desperately applying for jobs while I was there because I'm just like, I can't fucking do this no more. And then, like I said, I got extremely tired of it and I just quit. I went 3 months. Well, actually, I went longer without having a job. I went almost 2 years. But I went 3 months with not having no money, not having a job. It was really hard for me to find another job, especially in this economy. Man, oh my gosh, like I'm just so glad that I got something. It's not what I want to do, but it's how I'm going to use it and apply it for my future and stuff. Anyways, yeah, so I was struggling. I'm still kind of struggling, but it's not as bad as it was. Yeah, I didn't have no money. It was just really bad. I barely had food in my house. And I was like, damn, like, I feel like a fucking failure. Like, I feel like I failed myself. And I feel like I'm not where I want to be. And I just was self-sabotaging myself. My face was all broke out. And I'm crying every other day. And I'm stressed out. And I'm figuring out, like, damn, how am I going to make this work? Like, it's just me versus the world. And I just felt like the world was on my shoulders. There was a lot of pressure. And, you know, it really takes a resilient person to be able to take those moments of going without or not having anything or lacking, or you're just like not talking to anyone. Like, I wasn't talking to anybody. I barely was texting people, hanging out with people. Like, it was just rough. Like, those 3 months was hard as fuck. Like, I'm just like, damn, why am I going through all of this? But I had to realize that going through times like that is necessary, because when you get to the point where it's like, damn, that little shit, like, I was really stressing about that. Like, things just, they really look up. And no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna keep doing the work. Like, you just have to really prove to yourself that you are going to make it. You are going to make your destination. You know, sometimes slow and steady takes the race. And like I was saying at the beginning of the video, people want things instantaneously. They want it immediately. Like, you know, the instant gratification, the instant money, the, you know, fast life. And while those things may feel good in a moment, it has no sustainability. It has no foundation. So it's not going to last very long. You know, slow and steady takes the race. But the moral of the matter, guys, you know, anyone that's in your 20s, do not compare yourself to anyone. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your life. You know, you may not have to like every single thing that happens in your life, But your 20s are about finding yourself, enjoying what is, letting go of what isn't, and really just embracing all of you. And I'm 22 years old. I know I'm still pretty early on, but I feel like I have a lot of wisdom that I could share with you all. And I'm not perfect, you know, like I still have a lot to learn on my own too. And that's why I'm glad to share my point of view, so you guys don't have to feel alone and I don't have to feel like I'm alone, because we can go through this together, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I was blabbering off at the mouth, but I really missed this. I really missed recording and just talking to my camera. I know that sounds like a little bizarre, but I know I'm not just talking to my camera, I'm talking to you guys. Feel free to share your thoughts, the love, you know, in the comments. However you guys are feeling, I care about how you're feeling. I care about your feelings. Yeah, I care about your thoughts, all of that good stuff. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so you never miss a video from me. Hit that thumbs up. So, I'm sorry. Hit that thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, if you guys want a part 2, or if y'all want me to make another part of this, let me know. I will. And yeah, it was nice talking to you all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace out, guys.